bariatric doctors and PCPs, primary care physicians. They're really not keeping up with the science, what the science is saying, the new science. Okay, now this is a doctor. She is very, very educated. She is a researcher. She's a bariatric surgeon. She's an endocrinologist. She's been in practice for many years. The title of this podcast, and I'm going to link it with a card. Obesity is more complex than you think. Her name is Dr. Fatima Cody Stanford. I think she's out of Harvard. This is a podcast, I think Radcliffe or one of those, but she's very, very up to date with obesity. And as a matter of fact, she talks about it's a pandemic, obesity. And the thing about it is that really pisses me off is that they still don't know what causes obesity. Really. Remember a couple years ago, everybody was into, The Biggest Loser? But before that, what they were doing is they were wiring people's jaws closed for obesity, or stomach stapling them before, like the gastric sleeve or something. They cut you open and they staple your stomach, and that didn't work, right? Wiring your jaw didn't work, right? And obesity is pandemic. Now, the thing about obesity and metabolic diseases, right? It starts way, way, way before you become obese, right? So we all know the requirement for bariatric surgery is you really got to be fat. You got to be fat, obese, morbid obese, and then you have to have, 2 comorbidities to have bariatric surgery. Now, there's a lot of things on the down low that they're really hiding about bariatric surgery, I think, because that's why they've invented all these new procedures like duodenal switch, and they're doing these anastomosis and all these other things. But there are alternative methods, because if one surgery don't work, then you can go to another one, then you can go to another one, and then you can go to another one. So then you're on what? The bariatric merry-go-round, just where they want to keep you. So if you want to keep on having bariatric surgeries, having them cut open your stomach and, every, 4 years, 5 years, go ahead. But I think there's going to be some long-term consequences that they're going to be finding out. But the thing about the flip side of the coin is, okay, so the long-term consequences of obesity, what does that bring us to also? So you're kind of having like this choice, bariatric surgery or continue to be obese and then suffer the consequences of diseases, metabolic disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, joint pain, replacement of knees, all these other things, heart disease, kidney disease, all these so-called diseases, right? So as we age, right, because we can't stay young forever, right? So usually after the age of maybe 50 or 60, the health starts to decline. The body digresses, right? So the only thing that I'm suggesting is that you always have to work on yourself, whether or not you had weight loss surgery, whether or not you're trying to work on your food intake, your fitness every day. Because I was just watching, I'll link it in this card. I watched a podcast about a neurologist. His name is Dr. Perlmater. That's another video that you might want to watch, because he talks about regular fitness, he talks about diet, he talks about metabolic diseases, he talks about neurological diseases, he talks about a lot of things. So I'm going to link that in the second half of my video. So you have to really kind of like don't listen to one person's dogma, because it's really, they become a polarized analyst of what they believe in. I mean, the bariatric doctor who did my surgery, she was Asian. And I saw her for about maybe 1 year. And then there was really no point of seeing her, paying her. I think I went and I paid like maybe 2 years. 2 years. I went to the nutritionist for 2 years. I paid her all that money. She was constantly doing blood work, lab work. My labs were always normal except for cholesterol. I had sleep apnea at my highest, yes. But all that has somewhat resolved now that I'm at a plateau and I'm 160 pounds. I'm 5'3". And, at least I don't look as fat as I was in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, I had rolls, I'm a pear-shaped. I used to be hourglass. That was at my lowest, my body, no plastic surgery. That was in 2013, 2012. I had got my surgery. I lost about 60 pounds. I keep losing and gaining the same 12, 15 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. But yeah, and the thing about it is that right here, for my height, I was on my way to a heart attack at 52 years old. So when you think about it, you have to really be honest with yourself. You have to say to yourself, well, what can I do to make myself better? I carry weight from the waist down to, look at me, hips above. I don't look fat. I look totally normal. At my highest, everybody would say, well, you don't need weight loss surgery. You look fine. Oh, yeah, I look fine? Well, you should have seen me in a bathing suit, and I didn't like myself at all. My knees were hurting. I felt horrible. My legs were swollen. To give you an idea, my legs I used to have Fred Flintstone. These were my legs. As you see, I don't have any ankles. They're called cankles. But that was normal, the doctor said. No pitting edema. You're just fine. You're just fine. Look at those legs. Look at those legs. Do you think they're normal legs? I don't think so. The doctor said it was. After weight loss surgery, my legs were fine. They stayed that way till about maybe 2016. 2017, I had an issue. I had a swelling issue, I had an inflammation issue, and I got lymphedema. And my legs swelled. Right here. So that's what I deal with now. Yeah, that's what I deal with now. My legs got to like this. I went for an X-ray, and they said, your knees are normal. Your knees are normal. That's normal. That is normal. So I just got tired of that merry-go-round, paying all those doctors' co-pays and everything. Well, now I don't have any insurance. I've been without insurance since June of 2017. was me in 2003. 2003, that picture, I weighed 145 pounds. I was 40, 43 there, 43. And by the scale, I was a little overweight. My real weight for my body, I should be 130, but I'm 43 years old. I've had 3 pregnancies, 1 live birth. I don't think I could ever see 130 again without some metabolic reset like gastric bypass or the duodenal switch, something like that. I don't think the sleeve would take me there to 130. I'm 160 now. I tip between 160 and 165. And I'm fasting today, 24 hours. Yay, me. But yeah, so I'm working it, girl or guy. I'm working it. So this is at my lowest, 147. I was totally normal. No titties, though. No titties. That was 2016. Yeah, 2016. There was my legs. Normal. Normal cankles, Well, no, I take that back. That was the beginning of the swelling. If you could see my legs, yeah. There you go. But they said, oh, no pitting. I had lymphedema. So, and I don't know what caused that. This is my lowest, 147. I was kind of gaunt. Yeah, gaunt in the face, very gaunt in the face. See that? I had no hair. No hair. That's when I was vegan. Yeah, that's when I was vegan. So you could see, sort of had like a witch's chin. So yeah, I mean, at my highest, this was me. Beautiful, beautiful legs. I didn't need weight loss surgery. Fine. Bariatric surgery qualified me. At my highest, I was, these are my legs, at 210 pounds when I went to the doctor. So I had lost 5 pounds in 2011. 2012, January 2012, I went to see the doctor, and she weighed me in at 210 pounds. So yeah, I mean, here's a little bit of swelling, but my legs, but you can see the one leg is bigger than the other. I'm quite happy with my accomplishments. I work on something every year. I mean, this was me when I was 40. This is me at 15. I weighed 100 and like under 120 pounds. Yeah, under 120 pounds I was. But after pregnancy, when I delivered Amber in 1985, I delivered at 160. Yeah, 160. And the lowest I ever got without, just dieting was maybe 150, between 140. I used to range between 140 and 150. And the dinger went off at 150, and then I'd have to do a really hard body hack. Yes, really hard body hack. But you see, this is me at 210 pounds. Look at that leg. I didn't like myself at that weight. No, I didn't. I didn't feel good at all. Didn't feel good. No, I didn't. I feel pretty good now. 160. And this is me at my lowest, 147. I mean, I was pretty proud of myself, but great balls of fire. I had to do all kinds of shit to keep it 147. I don't have a metabolic tool. I had to do it all myself. So I'm doing fasting for 24 hours. Yeah. Haven't done any fitness since I've been back from Florida. But I'm going to go back to pickleball. And that's another thing why I got to keep my weight off, because I want to join the team. And the bigger my legs are, I can't, move around as quickly. And tennis. So that's my story. So central nervous system regulates weight. There you go. You really got to watch this video. You're going to learn a lot. It's quite long. You might have to watch it in segments. And the other video that I'm going to attach is long too. But this lady is amazing, what she talks about. I had 2 bariatric surgeons tell me, well, you got to exercise and you got to watch what you eat. Yeah. Meanwhile, they sat behind their desk and they had this big fat belly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very out of shape, middle-aged man. Yeah. I could probably beat him in arm wrestling. But she talks about her husband. Her husband has what? The BDNF pathway. It's the one where he's a fast metabolism, just like my husband. If you look at my videos, he's going to be 70. Yeah, 70. He's never been on a diet in his life. He eats like terrible. If I don't cook the food, he'll eat like fast food and processed foods, candy, cookies, a lot of sweets. Skinny. Nobody in his family is fat, obese, overweight. They all look like pictures of health. And his uncle is 87 years old and he looks fantastic. I don't know. So if you got time, watch this. All right, see ya.